Now, hold on. Yes, you. Hold the fuck on. You probably saw the title of the video and clicked on it just so you could go down in the comments below and start screaming without actually hearing me out. Yes, I do think Tarkov sucks at the moment, but there is a valid reason for that. And no, it's not because I'm just bad at the game, which I most certainly am.
Hello there!
Oh my god! I'm dead.
Or because I never got the hang of it in my 2 years of playing the game, and now decided to start crying on the internet about it. No, it is not because of that. But before I go into why I think the game is changing for the worse, that is, and why I think it sucks right now, let me give you a bit of backstory. I've actually explained this before in my first video on the game Escape from Tarkov ever, actually. I found the game not more than 2.5 years ago, by accident while being utterly bored. Both by my parents' inept parenting skills and by the fact that I had no friends, of course. One day, bored again because I was not challenged by the many other games. Seeking another game more challenging than any other, I went to the extreme realistic survival games tab. And I must say, I did love the game, and I still do. Every time I died, I knew it was my mistake, and I learned from it, and all of a sudden I was improving drastically. I wasn't the one dying all the time. Then, not to start crying on the internet or anything, the game exploded. A lot of new people joined the game, and the game became even easier. Every experienced player was killing these level 1 noobs left and right. They were falling like flies, and we, or rather I, loved it.
I need to go to construction. Who is this hatchling? Who's the hatchling?
Who's the hatchling?
Not me.
The bears.
Oh, let me kill him. Let me kill him, please.
Who's the hatchling?
The hatchling?
Who's the
Oh,
hatchling?
he got over the fence.
Who's that?
Look at the hatchling! Chase the hatchling!
After him.
Yell at him. Stop.
Get his legs! Oh!
Man, I wanted to kill him.
I used to jump onto a factory with an Alton and dominate PMCs, then player scavs.
Okay, I got him.
But just as I had once learned from the community, they learned. They learned how to fight back, and sooner or later, the downside of the game blowing up came to face the community. Hackers. Now, remember, this is all before BattlEye was introduced, and there was no report feature. So all you could do is go to Twitter or Reddit and cry about it, about how this one guy, or that guy, had killed you. And the worst part was, you could never know 100% of the time if the other guy that killed you was actually cheating. It could just have been a lucky shot, but still, labs became infamous for the amount of cheaters. The whole community was at a raging point, and soon BSG realized this, and started banning people left and right, ban wave after ban wave. They implemented the report feature, and soon the all-new savior, BattlEye, was added. And it actually worked, for the most part, that is. You can go see my video on cheaters, by the way, and how I interviewed and talked to them. And this is as good as any chance I will get to beg for you to subscribe. But for real, go subscribe, since still around more than 80% of you aren't even subscribed. Okay, back to what I was saying. Then BSG rained down, update after update, wipe after wipe. And every time they wiped, the game felt new and fresh. The game felt like it had become alive again. No more did you join a raid where everyone was geared to the teeth and literally unkillable. The game was equal. Everyone was carrying pistols and running away from scavs like never before. It felt refreshing every time, but then they introduced some questionable design features, which I'm not here to discuss. For example, the wait system and found in raid status. You could no longer join a raid and stuff yourself with graphics cards and good loot, because it wasn't worth anything. The weight system was unbalanced, because while you were 55 kilos and could barely walk, some guy, geared to the teeth, weighing over the 100 kilos could sprint around the map like nothing. The snowballing effect became real. If you were not high enough level, you weren't winning the fight unless you became extremely lucky. And that brings me to my point actually. The game I bought almost 3 years ago was a game where you had to think and use your mind and do split-second decisions.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
There were tactics involved. You couldn't count on any bullet killing people in one shot. You knew that each fight would maybe be your last one. It was drawn out fights, where you would exhaust everything you had learned. You would have to move around, do flanking maneuvers, attack from different angles, only to then have to stand your ground in a room while both of you... Well, BSG certainly didn't like that. A game where everyone stood a chance. No, they wanted a game where there was no long drawn out fights. A game where you were dead before you even faced the enemy. No longer did the fights feel like accomplishments. They were over too quick. You barely got off a shot before the other heavily geared guy was dead. Or you were. You barely now spawned in before you were dead.
Ready? Go. Yep.
How late do you spawn? 10 seconds?
10 seconds. Oh, there's a guy.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just me that keeps getting unlucky, but the state of the game isn't what it used to be. They introduced the game-breaking ragdoll shotgun, as I like to call it. A shotgun that will one-tap you if it doesn't blind you. That is why I think the game sucks right now. And to be honest, I don't have a solution other than wipe the game. This wipe has already been the longest one. Everyone is geared with top tier loot.
Yeah, boy.
He's dead.
And I don't think it will be enough, but it will level the playing field for both players that began the wipe later than others and new players that just bought the game and want to enjoy and learn, but can't because they keep dying by some sweaty streamer that is dome sniping more than a kilometer away. I hope you now understand what I'm saying, and I don't really think the game sucks. I will always have a spot for Tarkov in my heart. I just think that the game is in a phase right now where it more closely resembles a COD game, where the gunfights are over in seconds instead of minutes. I will always love Tarkov, and for you, BSG, give wipe. Thanks for hearing me out and listening to my ramble. Whoever you might be, please consider subscribing, as it really helps. A little update over the Christmas period right now. The uploads will become less frequent since I'm going back to my family and can't really record new clips, and therefore if I would make any new videos, it would have to be with a lot of reused clips. I hope that you will stick around for after Christmas, when I will be back in full blast, making videos like never before.
He's dead. Nate.
I'm dead. Yep.
Are you dead?
My leg was fucked. I couldn't do anything. Fuck.
Oh my god, dude, I saw that nade.